We're starting off by going live.
No countdown. We just
No,
ramming it in.
we
We just
going raw
ramming it.
dog, bro. We
We just
going
ramming it.
raw
Oh,
dog.
mmm.
Yo, it's been
Mm.
like 2 weeks since they've seen us. They gotta get the whole thing.
We're back.
We're back.
Don't call it a comeback. We've been here for years, rocking my peers, putting suckers in fear.
We're back.
Yes.
And we only took a break because one, we tried recording the other day, but the birthday boy, aka Heel Classic, who's not here with us today, is out vacationing for his birthday.
Shouts to my fellow Scorpio gang.
Yo, we got his ass real good the other day or
Tits
yesterday.
McMahon.
Yo, Tits McMahon and Handy Orton in the motherfucking building.
Handy Orton is in the building. The vagina killer, Handy Orton.
You still need, and of course, I will be the people's president. Thank you very much. We're gonna go with this at least until election day.
Oh my God. Vote for
Um,
Katie.
yo, it's been a wild couple of weeks though. You and Live drop projects at the same time, pretty much a week difference. Drove my ass is crazy, but they were both a fucking. Well, yours hasn't happened yet, but we
Mm,
had the EP release, so that was a fucking
yeah,
success. Um,
very. It was such a dope fucking event. Like, there's not a word to describe. Like, first of all, that was my very first event that I've ever thrown, ever did, and without everybody being hands in, like Katie, and having the other day Mikey perform, Nevaeh perform, um, having Aaliyah, I did say her name right?
yes.
Having her hands in with the photography. Shouts to Industry 21 Mag who was in the building. They were phenomenal. Shouts to Big Veg. Yo, like everybody hands in, everything ran smooth. It was a success. We
Oh,
managed
we gotta
we
thank the Crave Cave as well.
Yes, very important because with this whole pandemic, not a lot of people, not a lot of venues were even opening. So thank God that one venue it didn't work out because Crave Cave allowed it. We settled what we need to settle. We settled our business and everything ran smooth. The staff was amazing from setting up to the security, taking temperatures. Yo, like everything was just like perfect, 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 perfect from beginning to end. There's no word to explain like everything, like how everything just ran. It was just amazing, amazing.
I'm proud of you though. We got the shit done. So hear the a clap for us. I'm giving you your flowers. All right, Queen Ho. So we got through that all good and done. Then we had a whole pay-per-view, but we're gonna talk about that after. But the one thing we have all neglected, are you like trying to barricade yourself like a bomb shelter?
Hell yeah, you
Oh,
already saw the rope up there. When it's time to
I'm
go, it's time to go.
time to go, it's time to go when the red light goes on. I got you.
I got my rope ready. Wait, can you see it?
Oh god.
It's up there. Where is it?
I
There
hope
you
you know
go.
that our
There
guest is
you
looking at
go.
you and shaking her head.
When it's time to go, it's time to go.
This is like some kinky ass shit. I'm not doing this with you today.
God, take me away. Kick the chair from underneath me. I'm joking.
You
It's
better
not
stop.
suicide is not something to joke about, but
You're
you know what I
too.
mean.
You're not doing well lately, bro.
Oh,
That.
I'm a savage with it. It is Scorpio season. You don't know what that's like until it's the season for the beating. Mm, no, Scorpio gang. But we here. We back. New
But,
week. We
but
got
we
some shit to talk about.
but we got scores though. We gotta take care of this shit.
Okay.
Okay.
Speak on it. Speak on it. Speak on it.
All right. We doing it. We're doing it.
Yeah. So let's get some
All
scores
right.
in.
Yo, week one.
Mm.
Huh. On Raw 10-12, you got points for KO versus Aleister Black. I'm gonna
I
just
didn't get points.
you have Kevin Owens on your team.
I do.
What the fuck did we have your roster?
No, I didn't. I didn't know I drafted KO.
You drafted KO. You did
Okay,
that because I took Mercedes Martinez.
you're right. Shouts to Kevin Owens. Don't be taking my peoples like that. Shouts to Mercedes. What up, MM?
All right,
Boricua, Wepa.
freaking hate you right now.
I'm
Lost
gonna
my
talk.
train
I'm
of
gonna
thought.
talk to her. I'm gonna holler at her to get around quarantine and rap. We gonna talk
Uh,
quarantine and wrestling.
Raw that week, Mikey got points. Drew versus Randy 500.
Ooh.
AJ
Wait. How many points I got?
for Rick 500.
Mm.
So um AJ Styles versus Seth, he got 500, and I got Ricochet and Cedric Alexander 250 win by DQ.
Mm.
The 14th Undisputed Era versus Danny Barash, 400 points.
Who that? Me, right?
Yep.
I took the whole team. All right. Pause. No. I had to. No. That I pumped the brakes on that red light. It was a slippery road because of the rain, but I had to brake.
Okay.
Oh,
Um, SmackDown, Roman versus Braun. I copped it for 500. Raw, Street Profits versus Ziggler and Rude, 400 for Mikey. Week 2, because I want to get our guest here. Raw, who had Nia and Shayna? That is Mikey, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
400. He got Her Business and Retribution, 400.
He
Matt,
does.
yeah, fucking asshole took the Hurt Business.
Damn, Mike.
Fucking Matt Riddle versus AJ, 500 fucking points.
Damn.
I got Ashka versus fucking Lana, and I got the championship match. So I'm taking a whopping 2K, bro. SmackDown. I mean, sorry, NXT. Ember Moon, you got that for the 500.
Yup.
SmackDown 1023. Uh, you had Kevin Owens, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Mikey took that because he got Daniel Bryan, and you took 400 with KO because they won that
The tag
tag
match.
team.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta retally the points because I forgot that you had KO and he had Daniel Bryan. So we're gonna get back to the final tallies later. But
Wait. No.
yes, you did have Kevin Owens,
I got Dan. I sent Daniel Bryan to NXT.
and you had Kevin Owens.
That might be an 800 on me.
Oh, that's an 800 on you. I gotta retally later.
Yeah, we gotta take another look at the draft. Because although the majority of my roster is legends, there are some heads that I did send back to NXT. I just can't remember at this very moment.
Okay, so now we got a guest, right?
Yes, we do.
You ready for this? She has to get the well respected introduction because this is our first inside the Rawrrzone with someone of her stature, bro.
Mm. This is a first, so I hope everybody's watching and they're giving up to see this because I'm telling you, this is probably one of the illest things that I've ever seen from someone that I know personally.
In our lives, ever.
Yeah, yeah, I gotta see this shit. Yeah, I gotta see this shit.
All right, Suave, are you ready? Or is
I,
Bar Christ coming now?
no. Suave
The
is ready.
promo Christ.
The promo Christ.
The promo Christ.
Well, let me tell you something, Gene.
Oh, that was such perfect timing.
Nice.
Yes.
This will make Jim Ross go crazy. If this room doesn't make someone say "Mamma Mia," go watch fucking Impact Wrestling. If what y'all about to see doesn't make Teddy Long do his dance, go watch Ring of Honor. Roman Reigns wants us to acknowledge him, but we have to acknowledge our guest as the wrestling chief. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, straight from the heavens of wrestling, HOW, how the heavens of wrestling, we present Secrets.
What's up?
Secrets is here, and yo, Secrets, you got to show off this room.
I want to see the jacket because
All right, yeah, I got the brand jacket. Hold on a minute.
The brand.
Everybody's symbols
Oh.
and it's
Woo!
everybody.
Oh my
you
god,
mighty fancy.
swag.
Yeah. Listen, if we're gonna talk wrestling, we gotta talk wrestling.
Oh, she said it.
Oh, excuse the fuck out of me.
Yo, if anybody's watching, right, and I'm pretty sure y'all watching, y'all not looking at what's behind this woman.
Behind me?
Behind you.
Behind you.
I'm not the real star tonight.
Yes,
That's
you
not
are.
what's happening.
No. Yes, you are.
We talking about you, not about us.
Hell yeah.
No one
This ain't
cares
about
about
us right now. This is about secrets. God damn it.
Flaunt it, goddammit.
Well, I definitely have to give a shout out because my husband did all of this. This would not be possible without him. He is beyond the definition of a true fan. There is nobody that loves wrestling more than he does. And all of this, every single piece in this entire collection was handpicked by him.
Oh man.
We've got Classic Superstars, which is his Instagram, which if you just type in Classic Superstars, he's the first one to come up. And we've got belts, we've got posters, we've got I think I forgot what company released those fitteds, but we've got fitteds that have Cobra Clutch, it's a Sergeant Slaughter fitted, and we got a Razor Ramon one, we got an NWO Austin 316. Actually, we picked that one up at WrestleMania Access last year.
Yo, if you can flip the camera to give us a grand tour.
Yeah, you got it. So
Woohoo!
I'm gonna start at the main wall here. It kind of starts like up the stairs, but we'll start here now. Anyway, so here we go.
She said it kind of starts up the stairs.
Pause. Oh.
And it's ceiling to floor. So we've got the elite section here going on.
We got them in sections. You see that, guys?
Yeah, see the elites here, and they come around the wall this way, all the way down. And then I know Ray's gonna love this. We enter the legends section.
Oh, yes.
Calm your jizz, bro. Calm your jizz.
I'm trying.
We got the legends. And we've got some carded Hasbros here in the corner.
Oh wow.
Classic.
We have more loose Hasbros that are in a ring, and I'll show that to you in a minute. And then we turn the corner, and this is where the real beauty happens. A lot of these are autographed, and he met them in person, and this is where the Classic Superstars wall starts.
Jesus.
What's your favorite one from there?
I have to say my favorite is a warrior figure. I gotta find him. I think he's on another wall. But actually, no, I think there's one classic, and I think there's one defining moments as well of the same figure. And then here, I laid out some of the belts that we have here for you guys.
Oh, the North American IC.
North American, actually, you will not believe how heavy this title is. We actually bought this. It is super heavy. We bought it at Access, actually, in the superstore there, and we had to carry it through Brooklyn because we were there the whole weekend. Oh my God, you talk about heavy. And then we have the white strap wing eagle.
Yeah, classic title.
One for sure, one of our pride and joy, and then
Yo,
the championship.
yo, secrets. You should link up with my boy Jonathan. He just jumped on. Shout out to him. His tag is Pop It Out the Box. He's
Okay.
he's with CWO, I believe that's like Collectors World Order. And they do like a whole bunch of different networking, like trying to connect with like other collectors on pretty much anything.
He might even know, my husband's page. He's got so many followers on there. He might actually be on there with him already. And we got some Detolf shelves here.
Oh,
Got some legends loose.
oh,
Insane.
oh.
We've got some. This is the tag teams.
Jeez. Demolition Man. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Road Warriors. This is like it's like walking through fucking Toys R Us right now. If
I'm
Toys R
telling
Us
you.
was fucking owned
Secret.
by
You have
Vince.
to know what's your husband's name.
It's at classic underscore superstars underscore. And then this actually, whoops, sorry. That is my title from my group that I belong to, the Assylum exclamation point on Facebook. I was their July Assylum champion. Every month they pick somebody that, you know, contributes and loves wrestling and loves the group and really gives, meaning and supports them and shouts them out and everything. And at the end of it all, you get to do all this cool champ stuff with them. And they give you this amazing, beautiful, custom made belt with your name on it. It's really cool.
That's dope. We gotta go to stuff like that, bro. Ray,
That
why
is
don't you
sick.
never take me to these things? God, what's wrong with you, man? You just
Take
deserve
take the Lady Ray. Take her.
you just deserve a fucking boo for that.
Oh, come on.
Get the fucking booze. So, how did you guys get into the actual collecting?
So it started, I mean, when he was younger, he had, figures, of course. He was obsessed with wrestling. But when we got together, we watched a little bit, but not like constantly. Um, and then he had somebody that he worked with who had a full collection of classic superstars, which were always his favorite figures. And I mean, the boxes are killer. How can you kill the, black and gold? There's nothing hotter than that, really, in my opinion. Those are my favorite ones.
Yeah.
And his friend was like, "Oh, I got a couple extras, or do you want to, you want some of these, or you want to buy some of them off of me, whatever." He had doubles, triples, whatever. And he was like, "Yeah, I'll take a couple." So it kind of started just one of those things that was kind of like a gateway drug into, I'll take one, I'll take two more. Oh, what else you got this week? And it was just like, let me take more, and just ended up growing. And then, we hooked up with a bunch of people over the years, and we've been able to grow it to this. And I mean, we have a whole, obviously you see the legends and the elites, and we buy full sets when they come out and things like that. And just over time it grew to this. I mean, since about approximately maybe 2009, 2011, somewhere in there, that's when it really started being like, all right, we're gonna make this into something.
Did y'all get that shit with the Undertaker where it was like 4 or 5 figures in one?
We have a 3.
It was almost like
Where
the evolution shit. The
yeah.
evolution. Because I
Hold on.
saw it online, it was like $30, and then when that documentary came out,
Taker.
it just started
We
bidding.
have this one in Classic Superstars with
Ooh,
all 3 of them. We didn't get the full one. I know what you're talking about, but this one we
Right.
got. I mean, this one right here is this badass Taker is like such a coveted figure by itself. It's so hard to get just in a single, and everybody's always looking for that one. They're even either looking for that one or the what's the one called? The darkness one that everybody looks for?
Oh, the
Take a
Ministry of Darkness.
Ministry of Darkness when he's single by himself, right? I couldn't think of the first word.
Mm.
Yeah, so I mean, it's oh, and also here we've got these. I forgot the Storm Hogan figures.
Ooh.
These are number one, super hard to get now if you didn't pre-order them, and we have the entire set. And they're something. They're really cool, looking. I'll take one of them out. They're cool looking. They come with accessories. I mean, they're something else. The whole line is just crazy, and they're all different. He has a boa in one of them. I mean, it's just crazy, just to see what they've come out with over the years.
So I have a question, right? Because I've had this conversation with my friend Jonathan, who, by the way, said dope collection.
Oh, thank
Um,
you, thank you.
so one thing we always talk about, right? Because another friend of mine had told me if you unbox them, you can't trust them.
As far as what?
So you can't trust somebody that unboxes their collectibles.
Well, yeah, I mean, funny enough, we do have a lot of good friends that do collect loose. And the main reason, I don't want to see every reason, the main reason for collecting loose is that they just don't have the room. Like, I mean, we really had to find a place where we could put all this. And now, you see we're ceiling to floor, and there's still new figures coming out every single day. Every single month, there's a new release, and it's hard to keep up. So sometimes you either got to buy one, they call it MOC, which is mint on card, or you buy, you just buy the box. You don't care how the box comes in, and you open it, and the figure's mint, where you just open the box yourself. It came only to you, and it wasn't, messed with or anything like that. And it's got all the accessories, and it's full and complete. And that's, it's just really a space issue from what I've heard. Obviously, we have some that are loose because they're just cool. Like, you can't touch the accessories if it's in the box, but I mean, you can't really beat the display, I want to say, in the boxes only.
Yeah. So we're gonna definitely get back to talking about that, but we do want to talk wrestling with you.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. How are we feeling about Hell in a Cell?
How are we feeling about it?
We're gonna let the guests go first because you are in our spotlight.
Okay. Well, I'm a Randy Orton girl, so I'm happy.
Oh,
let's
so she's
put it that
happy
way.
with the Andy Orton jokes then. Okay, cool. We know you approve.
Yep. I've always liked him. I mean, since he was, young and up and coming, I always liked him. That was one of, I mean, a lot of times I share the wrestling shirts with my man, but that was one that he bought me. That was my first shirt, my RKO with the green.
Oh, I
And
have
I
the
was like, yeah,
RKO with the blue, like the blue one with the
Mm-hmm,
white
mm-hmm.
writing.
Yeah, he's got great gear. I mean, I've been saying, like, he's, of course, getting older, but his skill set and I mean, he does it so effortlessly, like, no matter what he does. I mean, he's got the mic, he's got the crowd, he's got the attitude, and he can turn on you in 2 seconds.
What part of Randy Orton as a heel, like which heel character do you like the most?
I mean, I have to say I like him the most when you almost think that he's going to, even though we know better with Randy, but when you almost think that he's going to do the right thing. And that's happened so often, but that you're just like, oh, okay, you know what? He's really giving props. He's got it. Then boom, RKO out of nowhere. It's like, I mean, and it's happened. I can't even give you like a specific one, but it's just, you're like, oh, all right, this is going to go somewhere. And bam, no. We thought too much.
When he RKO'd Beth Phoenix, what was your reaction?
Oh, man. I mean, he does it to Beth Phoenix. He does this, and you go, you don't touch her. Like, what are you doing? You don't know if you like Randy Orton or
I think
you
that's
hate him.
probably like,
You don't know what to do.
But you know what though? That was like the definition in my eyes, right? When he did that, where he said that Legend Killer got no genre, like got no gender. Like he'll go and fuck up both of them. So which, as much as I didn't like it because I love Beth Phoenix,
Right.
That's just classic.
He's just a
Michael
fucking man
Cole.
for that. Like it was just the perfect thing to like start that feud. And the only thing like I loved that match, but I hated that it was the main event.
That
Because
happens a lot too. I catch that in a lot of events.
so like and especially because me and Mikey were trying to attempt this conversation on Saturday where because Bleacher Report had reported that they had predicted that the Bailey match was gonna be at the end. So I already knew for a fact Roman the tribal chief is not gonna get his shit at the end. I knew it because
Right.
everyone's already expecting it. They all
Right.
know
He was going to start it off.
they're gonna start it off because we all knew Roman was gonna end up getting it, so the feud could continue until Mania or whatever the case may be. So there was only two options, and honestly, I even fucking forgot about Drew versus Randy
It was
because
like
I have
surprise at the end.
yeah, it was just like I was just so tired of the storyline. It's like okay, you made the champion now, so you can now either do something with Roman Reigns that could pick up after the feud with Jay or whatever the case may be, just start something to like raise like boil the pot a little bit, or go up against the Fiend again. You
Right.
know,
And he's getting a lot of play as it is, which, of course you saw if you watched the following stuff.
oh yeah, I saw Monday. Well, we haven't seen today, obviously,
Right.
but excuse me, is this is the Halloween one too? The horror fest
Halloween Havoc
Halloween Havoc's
tonight.
today.
oh, okay.
Shotzi Blackheart hosting. She's dope. I like Shotzi. I really
Yeah,
hope they do
the
something
the
good with her.
women for sure have come a long way. I mean, I can't say that I'm a huge female wrestling fan because I'm not, but the people that I want to say can really say, all right, well, they're up to the men's standard. I want to say because sometimes people just shut off the women's matches, but when they
Mm.
when they make it like what you're used to and what you came up watching, it's worth it then.
Like the NXT females always gave me that vibe to always keep tuning in. I mean, I did fall off honestly from NXT after Asuka and Bobby Roode got moved up. Honestly,
Right.
Oh, yeah,
I
she
would,
definitely did.
I really did.
She
Like
did.
I was really invested in NXT at that time. Like I was really invested. We're talking about when Bailey was still there, when Shinsuke went off against Sami Zayn, like when the NXT actually treated their champions like fucking champions and not pawns to be played and made fools of. Um, so for me, ever since then, like I love the Street Profits. I was very confused when I was first introduced to them.
I think they're confused, honestly.
Like when I saw them first in NXT, I'm like, what? Okay, fuck it. But it's just like another version of the New Day in my eyes.
If they've got a gimmick that people are like, okay, and they can sell merch on them, and they're entertaining at the end of the day, and they're not half bad wrestlers, of course, then we'll
And
rock with
they're
them.
an actual tag team though, because WWE likes to fucking split up all the goddamn tag teams.
Exactly. Eventually, it's
Yeah.
like, all right, you're gonna get your singles run, and you're gonna get your singles run, and
Mhm.
what happened to? It's like what happened to New Day? It's like, wait a minute, we're
But
still
that's
here.
Yeah.
gonna go into our next topic, because Big E had stated one of the reasons he went solo is because of Daniel Bryan inspiring him to.
Okay. Well, I mean, he deserves it for sure. I mean,
Oh yeah.
he's he's well past due for a singles run for sure.
I kind of wish he had a little more time with New Day though.
I
Cause
mean,
it,
they're still kind of coming back together. I've seen them a couple times, still back,
well, they're doing the
together.
podcast
Yeah, they
according
Yeah,
to
got the
yeah,
podcast.
exactly. And they play video games and stuff. I don't know what it's called. I don't watch it, but I know
Up,
they
up,
always
down,
Uptown
get
down.
Now.
together to do that stuff. Yeah, I don't. See, it's almost like just not having enough time during the day. I know they do the stuff. I just can never catch like what it is, or, and even like we went to, we were at WrestleMania. I forget, I want to say, who, maybe before NXT, I think that night, I think they had the video game, the $1 million contest that they do. And prior to that, all the promotions and everything like that, they had had this person was way up on the on the scale of being able to compete for the $1 million check or whatever the case was. I think that had to be AJ, if I'm not mistaken. And we got to see all that. And it's a lot of stuff that you don't get to see, I guess, unless you buy maybe the DVD. But it's really cool. It was cool to see in person a lot of the backstage stuff, and we got to see. Oh man, I tell you what, it was really something last year. We picked a great year to go. We had a great time.
Man, that's dope. So we had that match in Hell in a Cell. What about? I mean, Sasha and Bailey really got me.
I was telling Katie that I wouldn't have put the title on Sasha right away. I would have stretched that feud out just a little bit. Have them cause each other matches that'll build it up until like to build that towards like the 60-minute Iron Man that they had in NXT, just to revisit that moment instead of just putting the belt on Sasha right away.
I always hope that they have a reason for switching titles that fast. But, again, it's Vince McMahon. He doesn't need a reason for anything.
Exactly.
Tits McMahon, bro. Tits McMahon.
That's it. He can do whatever he wants, whenever he wants. And, like tomorrow, he could pull the title if he wants it. It's just, it's one of those things. Sometimes we like to have the flow of why they got the title run because they needed it and it was their time. But then sometimes it's taken away just as fast as it was given. Or they have it way too long and you're like, do you still have the strap? Like, what is going on here?
Yeah. I mean, I think the one match from Hell in a Cell that I was drawn to the most was the Roman and Jay match. I don't know, it's just something about that storyline. Like it's for me, it's so personal that you're drawn into it. I knew I was.
Yeah, because it's family. And, the
Mhm.
Samoan dynasty has such deep roots in wrestling from the
Yeah,
get-go, from the beginning, from before Jimmy and Jay were even Roman were even thought of.
right. Fucking Rikishi, Umaga,
Exactly.
Rock,
We just had him, as a guest also not too long ago. He's something else for sure.
Rikishi.
Yep.
We need to
He's
figure out. Yo,
such a
it
nice
must
guy.
be easy, like somehow, to get Rikishi, because it's the third person I heard that found a way to get Rikishi to do their event. Like, what is the secret to this? Like,
You just have to get in contact with their people. That's really, what it is. And he was really something. And the my favorite part about that, not to take you guys away from what you're talking about, but he is the stories, and how proud he is of them, all of them. And I mean, he means it from the bottom of his toes. You know what I'm saying? Like with every fiber of his being, he is so proud of these guys. And then it really, and when you get to talk to him or meet him, or even if you watch the documentaries or you see an interview with him, you see it. And like you just said, you're invested, right? When you hear that even more, you kind of take some of your real life and you take your wrestling love in life. That's like your little
Mhm.
fantasy life. And you go, wow, like this is really, it almost brings a tear to your eye. It's really, whether they're being heel or they're baby face, regardless, it's really something.
Yeah, because they were able to take that torch and keep the legacy going. Because even too,
Yep.
you still got Tamina, you still got Naya. So
Yep.
it's like when you think that they're done, there's still more, and
Right.
it's real dope to see.
It really is. I agree. It's really, and it was well done also.
yeah.
Yeah, because I grew up fucking Yoko, and Rock, then Rikishi, Umaga, and now the Usos, Roman, Nia, Tamina.
Yep.
So it's like, yo, it's almost like watching. You grew up on the Hearts, so it's almost
Right.
like, yo, you grew up. It's like you're so connected. Like, you know, that's probably to sum up why I'm so invested into that storyline, because it's like, yo, like I don't grew up watching all these, like, that whole family tree, and there's gonna be more to come.
No, it's true. And as they just keep killing it on stage and in events, and really just the performance level that they're at, I mean, it's unmatched, and they're just going to keep going to the top. You know, it's exciting to watch, actually.
Word.
No, it is. It is. And I liked the most that we saw like at the end of the match where Alpha came out and actually gave him the tribal lay. Like it just it they like WWE really knew how to fuck with your heartstrings this pay-per-view.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I mean. And like I said, if you tie a little bit of what you do know outside the ring with that, you go, wow, it's huge. Not only on it's almost like a silent passing of the torch in a way.
Yeah, I agree.
Did anything else stand out for you guys for the pay-per-view?
Um, no, not really. Not
Law and
really.
Order just made me laugh. Cause I've been binging Law and Order for like the last 6
Okay, so going now, speaking of Otis, right?
Mhm.
And I was having this conversation with Katie. I think if it wasn't yesterday, it was the day before yesterday.
It's
Did
always
you
it was the other day.
did you catch Heavy Machinery's ride along?
I didn't see it. No, I watched
Okay.
them sometimes. I didn't catch that one though.
When they were doing the ride along, they were talking about like when they have to do like that they have to work on their promo in
Okay.
the performance center.
Mm-hmm.
So I was telling Katie, if WWE was smart, they would capitalize on Tucker's character that he was doing the promo in when he was in the performance center. Now that he's turned on Otis, it's
Right.
almost like that ladies man, but as a heel, because we know like how Rick Rude was, right?
Right.
So I think that the WWE should definitely, yo, like it was kind of funny to watch, but it's like, yo, like this is the perfect heel character. If they don't, like, if they were smart, now that he's turned on Otis, they would jump right on that character and bring that character to life.
And it may be. You know, now that I don't think that they ever thought that Otis was going to stand out by himself like he has, that he actually captured the entire WWE universe and the entire locker room, really, that he was going to
Mm-hmm.
do it by himself, and he has. I think they thought that he was going to be a joke and then, one and done, and like we never see him again, but he's
But
proved everybody wrong.
I mean, it's like, why give him the briefcase if you were gonna take it away from him and give it to the Miz?
I didn't even think that could actually happen. And I thought that like certain laws and like things that are sacred in WWE, like when we saw it, and this is not me shitting on the women's Royal Rumble, but we all definitely saw for a long ass time there's only meant to be one Royal Rumble, and that was supposed to be men.
Right.
You know,
It was hard to share the spotlight when they started splitting everything.
yeah, like oh, someone commented. Daniel Miller said Bailey and Sasha was match of the night, in my opinion. Okay.
I mean,
To each its own.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would say that myself. I wasn't as invested in that match, I would say, only because I would have stretched that feud out a little more as far as the title is concerned, and I would have definitely built up to that that Iron Woman match. That's just me. That's how I would have did it. But I mean, it was It was physical. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, it was very physical. That was convincing as all hell. Like if like obviously we know certain things of WWE is actually sports entertainment. Like they really sold the hell out of that.
Yeah, it was a very very good match. I don't. I guess I didn't really put thought to it as far as giving a match the match of the night, but yeah, but it was a very good match. I liked it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think they're really talented. They've come a long way also. That's, I mean, if you've been watching from the beginning, it's again good to see them grow and change and move through the waves when, they could just again be a forgotten, you know,
Word.
female wrestler that's like, oh yeah, I kind of remember them at one point.
Yeah. I mean, I like the way the match ended, which gave me that NXT nostalgia when she was as she was kicking the chair. That was like that was some NXT shit. Me watching that happen in NXT, so it was cool to see that. So that's probably like the one part of the match that I enjoyed the most, just because of the history of it and where they came from.
Yep,
So,
exactly. I think it was a nod to that.
yeah. So what do you how do you feel about, and this is probably just taking shit straight off of WWE at the very moment, because like you said, as far as like having that talent that's like, oh yeah, I remember, oh yeah, I forgot that she even AEW.
I love it. I watch it. We have all the figures. I didn't get to that corner of the wall, but we have
Mm,
all the figures. Love Jericho. Always loved him.
the
Cody's
champion.
great. Le Champion.
The bubbly.
MJF is, the entire inner circle. I mean, even Moxley crossing over, you
Yeah, that was
know,
crazy.
and I think that they give the opportunity. I don't think one's better than the other. I enjoy watching Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You know, uh,
Oh,
and
wrestling all the
we
time.
watch exactly. We watch it all the time, and we even run it back sometimes just to say, oh, okay. And we like to watch the dark shows and everything like that. But I think that people feel jealous that something else is out there. Not that it's even giving competition. I don't want to say that. I feel like they are happily coexisting, and they're
Mm,
giving people that might not get the shot in WWE because it's so humongous to
right.
shine. And I'm enjoying that they give those people that shine, and we can watch them on the AEW stage, and even some of the legends you get to see again.
Yeah. Arn
They got
Anderson did the spine buster the other day.
exactly. You got Tully. I mean, it's it's not better. It's different and it's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's what
I
I think
mean,
about it.
I wish they
It really is.
I mean, I just hope that they built their women division strong. Not that it's not strong, but
Right.
it's not in no way, shape, or form right now. It's not topping WWE's women division.
No, for sure not. And I mean, you have to remember that although AEW's new, obviously,
Hmm.
which we all know, even though you see so many familiar faces that came up through the ranks,
Yeah,
but WWE spent a lot of time developing the women's evolution, which became a revolution, and now they're main eventing WrestleMania. Like, whoever thought that you would see that?
yo, isn't it so crazy the success of AEW? Don't you think in maybe some way Jeff Jarrett might be throwing glass cups at the wall? Because remember when he was TNA, then he
Right?
went to go do his own, start up his own company, and it just never really took off. Um, and now you got AEW, which is so successful, and it's like, damn, I feel bad for Jeff in a way.
Yeah. I
But then
mean,
it's like, it's a company that's ran by independents who know what the fans want, and they shit, we're about to get an AEW game.
Right.
So
I mean, I
If only
think that
AEW was on Hulu though, that'd be dope.
yeah, that and I think eventually they're going to get their own ordeal. But
yeah,
it took a long time. I mean, WWE Network has been around for years, but it wasn't around as long as other things were around. So, of course, as with any good thing, it takes time. But I'm a big fan of the underdog where you have to remember a year ago, because they just passed a year, that everybody was like, oh, you guys are buying into it. It's going to be a t-shirt company. I know you remember that. And
yeah,
when they were doing their rallies and their fireworks and their whole thing. And I'm like, I don't think Dusty Rhodes kids are gonna just be like, oh,
right,
la di da, selling t-shirts. Like, I don't think, and we never thought it was gonna be that way. I'm very happy that it wasn't like that. Because it
right.
is entertaining. They do, of course, do wrestling the same way Impact does it, that NXT does it, Raw, SmackDown, whatever it is. But it's different in a way too.
Yeah,
They're shining their own light on the crew that they've got over there, and they do different things, and they push it a little too far, which is almost reminiscent of WWE back in the day when we were growing up, that we were all getting in trouble for running around with the DX stuff. So
oh yeah,
they're pushing it a little bit. Then if you notice, you'll see Raw push it a little too far. They'll say the B word, or like right before they say something, they're getting a little edgy, which is nice. It's a nice thing, and that's what we grew up with. I don't know if TV watchers now are wanting that or whatever, but it's still kid friendly. It's
yeah.
not like kids don't hear that. And I think that it kind of makes it fun, and it does make it different, and all their characters are different. I don't see like a copycat really per se.
You're not gonna get an Orange Cassidy in WWE.
No, and I absolutely love him. I
He's the
sit and
man,
laugh. I'm like, yo, this guy though, like
freshly squeezed.
they're like, the other night they were coming out best friends, and he's like accompanying to the ring, and I'm like, he's like 20 steps behind them. How is he accompanying them? He's like
Yeah,
all the way back here. Like, what is going on? But again, it makes you sit there like, wow. But then again, somebody's coming at him with all their force, and he's just like, whoop.
yeah.
Just like a little dip, not even never breaking a sweat, nothing. He's great.
One of them that drew me in quickly, and it was the first time I saw him. It was the match with Cody. Was Darby Allin.
Oh man,
I
listen, let me tell you
immediately,
something about Darby Allin. That is my dude. Cannot wait till a figure comes out with him. We saw him in, I think, if I'm not mistaken, again, terrible with the show names and stuff. We seen him in whatever he was in before. I want to say it's Evolve. I could be wrong, but
I think it was Evolve.
was Evolve? Okay, so now WWE owns Evolve. They bought it during COVID or something. But before, like, we watched this show, I forget what it was called, but it was a documentary where the guy went around and met people like Darby Allin, and I think Drew McIntyre was there at one point too. I think because these videos like went really far back. It was a documentary. I think we watched it on YouTube, if I'm not mistaken,
Hmm.
and it was where they showed Darby Allin how he was straight edge and he's a skateboarder, and everything, and I mean how they took the bumps and the broken bones and the hospital trips and everything like that. Like, he got zipped up in a body bag full of tacks. Like, it was really
Yeah,
reminiscent of, again, what we grew up with and that we knew and loved, and it was edgy, and it was like, oh no, what are they going to do? And I felt like, wow, if somebody picks him up, and then as soon as AEW was like, we got Darby Allin, I was like, woo.
yeah.
Like, no way, he's
And
amazing.
and another one, and I haven't seen him on TV lately, and I don't know why, but Sean Spears, like that was a dude.
Yeah,
Ty
I don't
Dillinger,
know, is
that
he
was
injured?
man.
I'm
I
not
don't know.
sure.
I'm assuming so, being that he hasn't been on TV in so
He
long.
could be injured and we're just not hearing about, I mean, maybe
Yeah,
background,
right.
but
And
no, he's
not
good too, definitely.
like it's such a shame that once he got put on the main roster, that shit just went down the toilet. Because even seeing him get into the Rumble at the number 10 spot, it was just like, yes.
Right.
So, I mean, I hope to see him grow in AEW because you know what I mean. It is cool. One thing I would love for AEW to stop doing is throwing their jabs at WWE. Because you
Right.
know, at this point, it's just like, okay, guys. Because when I tune in
But
to
that's
Raw
what Jericho.
SmackDown,
But that's the thing, though. That's what Jericho's gonna use the bad mouthing WWE and everything just so he could keep promoting AEW and have the cloud on
but
him.
it's kind of corny.
It is corny. It's extremely
I
corny.
see. I know the tactic. I understand the tactic, but it's just like, all right, come on. Like, you know what I mean? Did you not have a place to work for like the past 25,000 years?
Of course, of
And
course.
he's probably like, if nobody thinks Jericho is a goat, then they tripping.
Right,
Like
or they
he
haven't been
like
watching or paying attention.
right, because he's managed to reinvent himself. Like you got a damn clipboard over a clipboard, a list.
That is funny enough one of my favorite figures. I'll tell you what. That just saying and just standing there, you
You
just
made
made the
the
list.
list.
Like
You made
so
the motherfucking
stupid
list.
but so epic. Like it's top notch for real. And he
Yeah,
didn't need it. That was the funny part. He was still the GOAT Jericho before that. He didn't need it. He didn't need to wear a scarf all day. He was
like
already over.
the fact that he's a heel and he can make an entrance and the whole crowd sing his song. Like at that point, if you're not in the legend spotlight, I don't know what to call it. It's just like Randy Orton. Randy could be a heel as much as he wants, but Randy Randy Orton is Randy Orton.
Right.
Just like Austin is Austin, Rock is Rock, Taker is
That's
Taker.
right. You hear that music drop, it's like, wow.
Yeah, and you
They
know if
are
it,
they are the takers, they are the Austin, like you said, they are the RKO of the world. It's just like you
Cena,
said,
even Cena.
Jericho. And Cena, of course. You can hate him, love him, it doesn't matter. He's still a 16-time champ.
He gonna come
So
back for 17. You know he's gonna get one over on Rick. Come on.
We were just talking about that actually, I don't know, last night, the night before, where we were saying that's Randy Orton's 14th, holding the strap. And Cena hasn't been around obviously, so he's stopped at 16 at the moment. But maybe when he gets there, when he's up there, 15, might see Cena pop his head back in and be like, "Oh, who do you think you're trying to come up to be?"
yeah, I mean, I kind of thought it happened on purpose. Like he didn't want to pass the record. That's kind of what I thought. That's just me and my thoughts. I was like, I don't know, maybe Cena didn't want to pass it, like pass Rick's record on purpose, but I could be wrong.
Well, he was actually he gave him the nod. I
Mm.
forget what we were watching, but he was like, "Yeah, he's the man." When you got the stamp of Ric Flair, you don't really need much more.
Yes, definitely. Fucking and shouts to Tits McMahon. He's actually in the chat room. Shouts to Michael Bostic,
Happy birthday, my guy. Happy
Scorpio
birthday.
Gang.
Yo, we
Yes,
should got his ass yesterday. We so got his ass yesterday. And
Handy
that
Orton.
one for us. When we tell you this was the old, mind you, now he feel like he can't trust any one of us because we've been lying to his face for a whole month about planning his birthday party. Like I dead ass lied, took a picture of my friends who's a stripper, sent it to him, said that she's gonna be your stripper for the night, end up having his girlfriend giving him a lap dance in the middle of the radio station. It was a good time. It was a good time.
Secrets.
Yes.
So the group that you're a part of, right?
Yes.
How did that even come about?
Well, they've been around for quite a few years before I was even a member. And actually, I found them. I kind of stumbled upon it. Like I said, we went to WrestleMania weekend. We went from Friday through Monday. We skipped SmackDown, and that was again 2019 we went. And I was just kind of looking for something to do aside from the main events. I mean, we went to the Hall of Fame, we went to NXT, we went to 2 Access sessions, we went to Mania, and we went to Raw. So I was like, oh, I wonder if there's, groups on Facebook. There's got to be wrestling people that collect figures or whatever. And sure enough, I ran across their page and I started, just say like anybody going. Of course, it was in New York and New Jersey. So we're like, who's around and everything. So I started making friends there a little bit before Mania. And I didn't meet up with anybody out there, but I started, chatting and, they saw that we collect, people say they collect figures, but we collect figures.
Right.
They saw that we were for real, and I'm not like some, it's like we were talking about before, like the women and the men. Figures, and they can sit and they could talk about this all day long like that. But, when you see a girl that's kind of like one of the guys, which I mean, you know me in my whole life. We could be in a studio setting or we could be, in suit and tie. It's,
right.
I get down with whatever. When they saw that I was like them, we really started getting cool, and I got cool with the admins and everything like that. And they asked me to be a part of one of their sister groups as an admin, which is called the Nerd Closet, which is, basically, nostalgic toys and movies and games and whatever the case is. And they're a sister team to the Assylum. I spend most of my day hanging out in there and, figures and videos. Events and meet and greets, of course. And they asked me to start helping them with the promotion of the meet and greets. Now, where that started was because of COVID hit so hard, they thought, what could we do? Because nobody can go to meet and greets like the cons and stuff like that. Everything's canceled. What can we do? So they thought, hey, maybe, just maybe, our established name and be like, hey, we run this group. What would you guys be interested in doing this? And sure enough, we've been able to get an entire roster of people. And I believe Hacksaw Jim Duggan was the first one signing autographs, and people were sending their stuff in and their figures, like, anything. Sometimes they have ring worn gear that they sell and they sign it right there live for them. And we had Animal, which, I mean, he was like family to us. Not only was he a guest, he became, one of the family. And he was actually, we were going to do another show with him right before he passed. And it was really killer. He was amazing. And, not just only as a talent, but as a person. And it's really cool because you get to know them like in a regular setting also, not just on the stage, not as a legend, just as people. Just as cool as me and you were talking. And that's really been, it, and all it takes is one animal of the group to say, hey, why don't you guys come do a show with these guys? They know what they're doing. They're all about it. Love wrestling. They're going to do you right. And you're going to get a lot of viewers and a lot of publicity. And we're going to, do a great show for you. And you get to hear their stories and their favorite memories. And you hear the people coming on in StreamYard like this and saying, I saw you when I was 5 years old and my father and my grandfather brought me, and, this and that. And they're like, I remember that show. And I mean, it's amazing as many blows to the head that they've taken. Yeah. And as many headers that they've gone off, on their face onto the concrete. They know exactly what you're talking about. And they remember it. And it's almost like you're reliving it with them. And you get to talk to them for a few minutes. And it kept the ability to have the live meet and greet without anybody being in danger. And we've had so much success with it. And I mean, these guys work beyond. There is no harder workers putting shows together than these guys. The admins in the Asylum are unbelievable. They travel to go help the talent. They work endlessly, and everybody works a full-time job. They share on hundreds of pages, say, hey, come join us. And the beauty of it is, even if you don't join on the StreamYard, to meet the person and everything, you could still watch the show and you could watch the story. And it gets shared live on the Virtual Asylum, which is a public page.
Secret.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, right? I'm still here. First of all, I see my man's doing his podcasting. I'm hella like here geeking out right now. But so me and Ray were part of like we not part of a network, but we support a network heavy that does podcasts for wrestlers and all of this, and they do events. Shout out to the Jobbeteers podcast, by the way. Um, and they kind of created their own little community where you can literally gather either virtually or during the pay-per-views in order to still bring back that whole unity, especially during COVID. Like they were doing viewing parties. So before COVID, how do you feel like all of these communities could do better in terms of like what's going on in the world right now?
How they can do better in almost keeping the old normal in our new normal.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I can definitely say that. I mean, we're over 4,000 members in the one group. And I mean, everything gets shared across the board. So, like, the Nerd Closet does what the Asylum does and the Virtual Asylum. And, they're in connection with a custom group that's called World Championship Customs. They make custom figures and stuff like that. And they all really try to, exactly like you said, when an event's on, they'll usually do a live chat. And if you want in on the chat, all you got to do is just comment and everybody gets added to the chat. So it's almost like you guys are all sitting around. And like you said, you can do a watch party where you can have X amount of people in the live stream or whatever the case is. And I mean, I think that's the way that it's got to be for now until we could safely return to what we're used to. I mean, I don't see live shows coming back right now. I don't see live cons coming back. However, there are a lot of live meet and greets, which I was surprised about. I'm happy that I haven't heard anything detrimental to date, but I do know a lot of guys that run, their toy stores and, they're doing live meet and greets with people. And, I guess it's okay. I won't be there, but, I guess they're trying to keep that hand to hand shaking somebody's hand like, oh my god, I'm meeting my idol, somebody that I grew up looking up to, and they're trying to keep that alive. But I really don't think that they're getting the turnout that they'd normally get had it been prior to this. So I think the little changes in making a watch party, sharing events across the board, having live chats, having, admins of groups come on and be like, all right, what are we talking about? Going on when there's a pay-per-view and saying, okay, no spoilers, but if you want to chat, we're going to chat in a private chat. And that keeps the secret of whatever happened in the pay-per-view to yourselves if you are sitting and watching it, that kind of thing. And you could still have that brothership, that brotherhood rather, that friendship with everybody without, number one, spoiling the show for everybody. Number two, without having to see anybody, which some people might well prefer, or, actually just, feeling some type of normal in a world where this is anything but normal.
Thank you for answering that for me, because I would always wonder how people see certain things nowadays. Because I already succumbed to the fact, like, because I also, outside of what I do, the photographer, raise manager, PR, everything else, I teach after school for a school in the Bronx.
Okay.
And even though we are now home all the time, I feel like this might just be it for a long time. And I'm okay. I'm personally decentralized to the feeling of having to go back, because we don't know what's going on with this current virus. So you're still building a community. You're building a community within the school to foster safety for these kids and for each other, so we can still do the right thing by these kids while keeping them safe at the same time. Will you get bored at sitting on your butt all the time? Hell yeah.
Right. Who doesn't? We do
But
that normally before COVID.
yeah, but now you actually sitting here and realizing what we all lost. So while the world, I guess, takes the time to reset, I guess, from this virus, because it's gonna get worse before it gets better.
Yeah, and maybe wave after wave. Unfortunately, they don't know enough about it to unleash everybody back into the wild. Like, all right, go back to normal. The buzzer went off. Boop.
And while you gotta make sure you're okay, and like we gotta stop playing right now that the no masks and stuff like that, but we just need to realize that this is the norm right now and it's okay.
I
But
think we've done okay. I think, as it's not like TV went away. It's not like the internet got shut down because of the virus.
you
It's not like the radio shut off. It's
still
not like people still can't
watch
do
Hulu.
live album releases, or they're doing the verses, which I think is really cool. That I think that they and we as people have changed with it, where we've almost come up with, sometimes in some instances, I say things that are even cooler than things. I bet you they wouldn't have been coming up with verses, battles and stuff like that. I bet you they wouldn't be doing live streamed concerts from their basement. I know Fabulous just dropped something and I was like, oh, okay. And I think it almost humbled people to have to sit down, sit back and go, all right, we need to think outside the box to keep this going. Otherwise, everything's going to shut down and we're going to be ruined. And that's music, that's entertainment, it's TV, it's, meet and greets, like anything like that. Like, what are we going to do? And somewhere along the way, we as a, community, whether it be wrestling, music, just in life in general, I mean, places that never even had remote work have been able to work from home.
Yeah.
Like, who knew? I know I never worked from home. I've been working in the same place for 18 years. I never was able to work from home. If I was sick, I had to take the day off. Now, if you're sick, they're like, sit in your pajamas and do your work.
Right.
So it's changed, I think, in a good way. In most aspects, anyway. It's changed in a good way. And I think that when everything does get back to some kind of semblance of normal, what we're used to anyway, whatever you want to call it, normal, I think that we're going to take all this new stuff with us, that it's going to be an opportunity and an option where it never was. Nobody ever even thought of meeting, legends through your phone while you're sitting on the couch.
Right.
It wasn't a thing. Even WWE jumped on that, where for 2 minutes you could sit and talk to Big E.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't have that. It didn't matter how much you were paying. You could never do that.
And you know what they also do, right? There was an app. What's the app called? It's on your phone, right? And now, mind you, you gotta pay a little money, right? It's called Cameo.
Oh yeah. They're the guys that we have. They do that. Yep. They weren't doing that.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So you could get people to like fucking wish you a happy birthday. Got bread though. I'm not gonna flex like that. That's the hella money. Like Big E charges like $300 just for one hello.
Well, it all depends on who exactly you're getting the shout out from, because you don't even it doesn't even need to be a happy birthday. I know someone who used it as a drop, so that's what that's what he's running with. But we all know where that drop. I know where the drop came from. But whatever makes the situation better, and even that whole thing, like where you were just explaining secrets, like there's no plan B. I was perfect example. Someone without a plan B. COVID ruined everything for me, so I have really had to sit and think like, yo, like what the hell am I gonna do? And then shit, quarantine wrap, and then fucking the live stream. EP listening, so it's
the flawless one.
perfectly flawless event.
Flawless.
But it's like, what's next? What's gonna be the next best thing? And then now, all right. So going back to what you said, like with the with the live shows. And I know Jobber Tears does, like, you know, they just put on the show recently in Legends and in New York. Do you think that for those type of events, is it easier? Would you, like, let's say you were going to one, right? Would you go to one comfortable at 50% capacity?
At this point, I would definitely have to say it's got to be the less people, the better. And I know people could say you're being ridiculous, you this and that. I've been called, I don't even know what. But you know what? I'd rather be safe than sorry. I'd rather, if I'm at 25% capacity somewhere, I know that I basically am not going to be elbow to elbow with people. They're not going to have me on a 3-foot line or a 2-foot line from somebody that could be sniffling and blowing their nose, doing sneezing all over the place, or just even breathing,
Right.
for that matter. And I don't have to worry about somebody being too close to me. And, I know that they're going to be taking the proper precautions. As they start to open things back up more, you're going to see more places where it's 50%, 100% capacity. Because they're just going to be like, we're tired of this. We're just going to do it. Oh, well. And come if you want, or don't come. We don't care.
Right.
Which is unfortunate. And then what's going to happen is more shutdowns. And then we start all over again. And it's just like, can we get it together here? So the point is to stay home, to stop this, and so we can go back to doing this, because eventually this virus has to die out. It has to.
Like I made like a funny video of this recently, and I'm gonna point my phone to the camera. This was done on October 9th of this month. I'm gonna play it.
Oh,
This
God,
is,
not this shit again.
no, this is Florida.
Oh, yeah, they don't care. That's Florida. They don't care.
That is Florida. How many people you see on top of each other, and very irresponsible for the venue to allow. And if I was the DJ hired to play that, I probably would have backed out. I don't care. I would give you your money back, whatever down payment you put to pay me to play, but I'm not stepping foot in this venue at all. That is too many people on top of each other for that to even be happening. And it's things like that that ruin like the next Jobber Tears event, because numbers keep rising and people keep traveling, coming back, and not self-quarantine themselves. So it's like, oh, I'm gonna go to Florida, or I'm gonna go to Puerto Rico, I'm gonna come back and I gotta go back to work, or I gotta go bartend in Barcode. You know how many people,
but until somebody that matters slaps their hands, they're running wild, because they're allowed to. They've been told, okay, it's all right to do this, so they're just going to keep going. And until they say no, like they told us in March, like, everybody stay in, and then it was like, ooh, we had the fear. Then it was like, all right, we can kind of come out. Then we're going to keep coming out a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more, and it drives us crazy. So we're definitely on your team when it comes to, you ain't catching me nowhere. You're definitely not catching me at a WWE event, shoulder to shoulder with people.
right?
You're not catching me waiting online like I waited, to go to the Barclays Center. Forget that. I'll watch it at home.
Right. And that was, and not to keep promoting the event I had, but that was one of the things that we made sure, Katie made sure, is that we're not gonna go over, because we didn't even have 50 people in the building. And what you didn't see on the camera is that the people who were in person weren't arm around each other sitting on the chair. They would actually, and we didn't ask them to do it, they just did it themselves. They were separated.
Right.
Even though we had like 45, 50 chairs lined up, they scattered all over the place. And like, for me, 25% capacity, 20% capacity is good for me. Even over the summer, the pool, I forgot how many people they allowed in the pool, but I said, I'm like, yo, as soon as I see this place starts getting packed, I'm jumping out the pool, and I'm probably gonna leave, because we're in a pandemic, and if you're allowing like 75% capacity to, and your limit for the pool is like between 100 and 200, what the fuck? yeah, no, I'm jumping out of this pool as soon as I realize it's starting to get packed. Because how do you practice social distance?
Well, that's the problem. It's either you're going to be there or you're not going to be there. You're not going to go to places that have that problem.
Right.
And if you're perfectly fine staying home, you're
Watch this.
safer.
Yeah, watch this
Regardless,
shit.
I don't care what anybody has to say about it. We're
Download the
safer.
network. $9.99 a month. The first 30 days are free. I fucking watch it there.
It's true, but people want that live experience. And, they've even come up with, where you get to, the live thing that they're doing. And I've
The
had a lot of
virtual, yeah.
guys in the group saying, it's funny because they put you in the little corner, your picture, like I see you there, you'll be in the little corner like this, but it still looks like you see it on TV. It's just that your picture's in the corner. But again,
Yeah.
they're giving you that opportunity. Your face might be on one of the screens that they have there. You would never see anything like this had this not been made out of necessity because of this.
And it's dope that they did it because when the NBA did it, I was like, yo, why doesn't Vince get on this? And so I guess eventually he caught on to it and it's like, let's do that.
Yeah.
And now
And he probably said it right in that voice.
And now NXT's doing it, which is super because it's like, damn, you're like, why is NXT getting that same virtual love that Raw and SmackDown's getting? Now they got it. And so it's
right. Well, it's not like they're all perform like they normally would, where everybody would be all together in the same venue. It's not like when everybody travels to Florida, everybody's wrestling in Florida in the one arena, and they do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever the case is, Monday, Wednesday, Friday now. And then you've got the one in one arena, the one in another arena, and everything like that. So they probably had to be like, all right, well, wait a minute, we need 400 TVs now, and we got to set everything up.
Yeah. Quick question, right?
Oh, so we really not gonna talk about Big E though?
We getting there. Go ahead, ask.
You ask first. You said you had a question. You just want to throw off Big E though.
No. Let's talk Big E.
Yo, so Daniel Bryan is one of the reasons why my man Big E went on a solo run. I'm actually excited about this because when I was talking with Ray earlier, he said there was a big locker room huddle where Daniel Bryan was encouraging a lot of backstage changes.
Well, I know that whole Shorty G shit. I mean, there was a few wrestlers that were loud, like, I mean, who approached Vince, like, that he needed to drop that gimmick. Even going from Chad Gable to Shorty G was just corny to me, because it's like, it's a joke. Like, we all know how good Chad Gable actually is, and at this point, honestly, I think Chad Gable would probably most definitely find success in another promotion. Because
you say that for a lot of wrestlers right now.
I do, because it's true. Like, there's a lot of wrestlers that are not being utilized that I see them potentially becoming something somewhere else,
where they have room to shine.
Yeah.
When the roster's overcrowded with stars.
I mean, then again, too, is like, even if it's overcrowded, we're only seeing the same. It's like, Hot 97 over there. We're only seeing the same 12 to 15 guys every week. So we're not seeing a lot of we're not seeing so much of what maybe someone for NXT can do. Like, Raw Underground was dope, but because of the outbreak, they had to stop it. But that was somewhere that wrestlers could have gone if they would have did it better. They could have gone there, showed their skill, instead of having Dolph go down there. We all know what Dolph can do. People like these ladies that were running with Shayna and Ronda, that would have been the perfect format for them, because that's more so what they do. But they're not even being utilized. So
sometimes I think they run out of ideas for certain people. You know, it's like they have so many people that they're trying to make the big stars bigger per se, and the let's say the medium stars for that matter, they just don't know what to do to not overshadow the main idea in some
Like
instances.
like this guy, what's his name? Tozawa. I would have released him. I would have released him because even that gimmick is like, it's like almost, it's like putting, what's the word to describe that gimmick? It's like putting, and this in no way, I'm probably gonna get shit for this, but doing that to him is almost like giving an African American a plate with fried chicken and have them go down the aisle. This is gonna be your thing. You're gonna go down there, and your gimmick is somebody soulful.
Right.
You got this guy going
It's like
out there
a
with damn
stereotype, a
ninjas. Yeah, there you
stereotypical
go.
character.
That was the word.
Yes.
Stereotypical. Yeah, stereotype characters. It's like, if I was him, I would have been back there like, no, it's a joke.
Right. Like you're Chinese, you're gonna be Chinese, man. That's your gimmick. There you go. Or you're black man now, and you're white man. That's your name and gimmick and everything. Just do
It's
what white people
whack.
do. Whatever.
It's really whack, and you know it sucks to see that happening because he's actually good. They got him chasing R-Truth every week with a bunch of other ninjas.
But wait, how many times did R-Truth retain that damn championship though?
Like over 100.
Like 45?
No, like over 100.
I mean,
I think
it
he's
gets
at,
back in the same 2 seconds. So who the hell knows at this
yeah, I
point?
think he's at 78, but that was the last time that I heard a number on it.
Last time I heard a number, it was 34.
Damn. You're behind because he's like, last time I heard it
You
was
missed 40 different changes of the title.
yeah. I mean, shouts to R-Truth for saving little Jimmy when he came out of that water. He scooped little Jimmy with the arm.
Now, I'll tell you what, though, I like R-Truth. I do.
No,
we didn't think when the 24/7 title came out that it was going to be anything, but I think it's very funny. It's different. It breaks things up. He chops it up, and you know what's coming, but it's still funny.
Yeah, no, I think R-Truth did to that title what Mank or what Foley did to the hardcore title.
It will always be associated with him at the end of the day, and he'll carry that to the Hall of Fame. He'll have that 24/7 strap on him when he walks into the Hall of Fame on that stage.
Definitely. He would definitely do that. I just, you know, I mean, WWE just has a bunch of underutilized wrestlers that I feel would be successful elsewhere. And maybe within time, WWE will bring them back. They did it to Drew McIntyre.
It's true.
3MB. Look, he left, he bulked up, came back, eliminated Brock, became the champion.
Yep, he got his shot.
So why can't?
And sometimes they're there, but it's not the time. Like we were just talking about, you can't have too many main stars on the same stage. They don't know what to do with them. It's not that, you know, even Drew, that he wasn't good or anything back when he had his run. Back then, not now. It just comes down to like it was not his time. Now's his time.
Right.
You know, he's going to keep coming for it. And, you know, he's in good shape. He looks good. He's performing well. And he carries it out. And, you know, the perfect execution every time is going to keep you on the marquee at the end of the day.
Does he still do that dumbass countdown before the Claymore kick? I haven't really seen him do it.
I don't know.
But yeah, I wasn't a fan of that countdown. That shit was corny. You're 5,000 feet tall and you're fucking doing a corny ass countdown before your finisher. Come on, man.
It's always the big ones, huh?
It's always the big ones.
Oh, you know what? I lost audio out of my ear. Can you take me out and put me back in?
Un momento.
Okay.
Welcome everybody to Quarantine and Rap.
Fuck that.
Let me see if it picks up.
But you thought so, right? You thought so. You know what, Ray?
Oh, come on.
It's Rawrrzone Day, bitch.
I had to plug that.
We see you next Thursday with Izzy Mar, God damn it.
Yes.
But can you hear us now?
Yeah, I don't hear it in the earpiece. I think I have to leave and then come back in.
Okay, love. So
All right, sorry. Let me come back. Let me leave and come back in.
okay.
All right.
All right, Ray. We here. So I still got this promo video you made from the Wissa event. Listen, whoa. Why are you sending me messages about condoms breaking, god damn it?
There is no proof of this existing.
You
What promo video?
the one of your Wissa event. I could always replay that, but our guest just came and I had proof of you're sending me about condoms and shit. The message specifically says,
Don't say it.
all right then. Okay then. So let me bring secrets back so we could get into our last topic.
Thank you. Now I can hear. We're good.
Perfect. So we're gonna get into our last topic because Ray want to talk about fucking wrestling couples, even though the best wrestling couple, in my opinion, is anything with Shao Guerrero.
All right, so Katie didn't know that Keith Lee and Mia Yim is actually a couple.
I'm trying to block that out.
The things you know, or the things that you don't want to know anyway.
Do you have a favorite wrestling couple?
They're not together anymore. Funny enough, I liked Ricochet with his girlfriend Casey.
Dang, I knew it. I didn't see no pictures with them together.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if they were together or not together or what the case. I don't think there was an official release, but my understanding is that they're not together anymore. And Ricochet is one of my very, very favorites.
Really now?
And I saw her again. I know I keep going back to this, but it was really cool. Again, like I said, the personal interaction with people. When we were at Access, they had an NXT ring set up. They had a clash of worlds or whatever they call it. I'm telling you, I'm out of it today. I can't think of the words, but the clash of whatever it is that they do, like all the world, all the different they had NXT UK, they had NXT whatever, and she was there, and I got to see her wrestle. And I was like, wow, she's really, something, even though we watch her on TV, obviously, but she was actually there. And then I found out that, they had been together for a while, but as far as I understand, they're not together no more. But they were my favorite. They were cute. And they stayed low key, so low key that you don't know if they're together or not.
Right.
I mean, right now, like currently, I do love the fact that and I've always loved now Jon Moxley and Renee Young.
Oh yeah, I love them, and I love him too. He's great. He's great wherever he is.
Yeah, right. I love I love both Bella's relationships. I do.
I like them. I always liked them, even when they first came out.
I don't like how the last season of like Total Bella, they were really like pushing the whole engagement thing for Nikki.
Yeah, but I think they've always kind of like pushed, try to push them along. Like, okay, let's go. We need the next scene in life. Like, let's, snap it up, guys.
Because that's how reality shows really work, anyways.
Right. It's like we need a finish at some point. Like, let's move it along here. At least if you're engaged, then you can, have babies, legally on TV.
Yeah.
God forbid.
And then on top of that, bro, you got fucking John Cena getting married out of the fuck nowhere.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, who's that?
Yeah, it just makes you question, was Shorty on the side?
Maybe.
I don't know. I think the article that I read said that they had met like a year ago. It was funny because actually the article said that he had married his longtime girlfriend, and I was like, oh, I gotta wait a minute. Didn't they just break up? And of course, I start reading, and I'm like, they've been together like not even a year. I think. I'm like, how the hell is that long term? Boy,
Maybe she was the side piece.
eh,
Maybe
I
that
think
that
they.
that
She's
road
not even
trip.
in like wrestling or anything though. She's in some kind of like management firm or something. I read.
She's
Unless they've known each other since they were young. That's the only thing I could think of. If that's going along with the title that they published. Because to me,
Right.
that came out of left field. Like, nigga got married. Did he just
Yeah.
get with her?
And that's what I mean. I think the title said that it was like a year. They met a year before at whatever, and I was like, damn, did he just break up with the other one? Like, hold up,
It makes you
listen.
question. It makes you question what was it that he didn't marry her for if he was quick to marry this woman.
Well, listen, some people are just not a good fit. Period. It doesn't matter. Like that's in life. That's on TV. If you got to have your entire life publicized. I
Mhm.
mean, they had their entire relationship on TV. I don't think that I would like that, no matter what I did, where I went, who I was with, where I was eating dinner, what I was
Right,
eating for dinner, for that matter. I really don't think, that puts a lot of pressure on everything.
right.
And maybe they just at the end of the day were not a good fit. You can take the two hottest people you've ever seen in your life, doesn't mean they're gonna click for a lifetime,
Mhm.
connection. And what fits at
Right.
one time doesn't always stay. It's just how it goes. That's with you, me, or somebody that's on, the wrestling. It's just, it's what it is. It just doesn't matter. And maybe they just really, maybe them being together was standing in the way of her meeting her dude now and him meeting her. It's what happens. It happens a lot. They had to go through that stepping stone to get to where they're at now. Otherwise, they might have missed the new partner.
Right.
Right place, right time.
I think one of my favorite wrestling couples is Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth.
Oh yeah, for legendary. Now, again, that goes back to what we were talking about before. In real life, they were not good together.
Mm-mm.
So the funny part is that we idolize their love story, their falling apart, and then them getting back together. And then, you see in the background that it really wasn't, it's not something to envy. Maybe at the beginning or at some point, but, Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth were not a good match. But in our eyes,
Yeah.
everybody wants a Macho Man and Elizabeth.
Right. Do you, when you think about Miss Elizabeth, God rest her soul, do you in some way might look at Lex Luger in a bad light, maybe for like the last part of her living? Do you think he
I
played a
think
part in that?
I think he played a part, but she's an adult. It's not like she was an underage kid.
Right.
He just happened to be there and it was a bad day. I'm not gonna say that's like somebody being at a party where somebody OD'd or got too drunk, passed out, fell in the pool and drowned, and it's like you're gonna finger the homeowner just because they were there that day. If
Very
you're
true.
you're grown up and you're doing whatever you're doing, whatever that is, that's your choice, that's your life. I don't think that somebody is necessarily, they weren't, spoon feeding the behavior. So I really can't say that I blame him for that. And my understanding is they were both there doing whatever. So,
Yeah.
it's unfortunate. I'm sure they had done it 100 times before, but that day was just not a good day.
Very true.
So, Secrets, thank you so much for talking with us today. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. This was a blast.
And I love this was kind of like Ray's birthday episode.
Yes, yes. Happy birthday. I'm so excited. New album
Thank you.
coming out, a drop. You're going to be 30.
Very true.
He's gonna be old as fuck. That's what he's gonna be. He old as
Man.
fuck.
But I'll tell you what, music runs through his veins.
It really
There
does.
is that pen. He was born with it attached to his hand.
It definitely is.
We come back from the time that you actually had to write it down. You couldn't speak it into your phone or actually, write
Right?
text it on your thing. We used to have
Oh
notebooks
my
and notebooks.
god.
Don't get it
Yes.
twisted. He still got a notebook.
Oh
Oh,
no,
I
I
know he
have a
does.
bunch. I have a
I know he
bunch.
does. Me too. I've got my notebooks. Yep. But it's been really fun. Thank you so much. This was a blast.
It really
And
was.
I
Thank you.
look forward to, linking up with you guys. And please follow the page if you guys want to see the figures. It's on Instagram at classic_superstars. If you just type classic superstars, it'll come right up. You'll see the figures.
I'm doing
And
that.
or if you wanna follow me, you you can follow me at secrets224.
I got you right now.
Yeah, we gotta somehow, Katie. The dots gotta be connected with her and Jobber Tears.
I mean, I'm gonna make a group, guys, for you in a few. Do you have Facebook secrets?
Yeah. My full name.
Well, I'll have
And
Ray.
Ray
I'll have
has it,
Ray.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll have
Yeah.
Ray connect the dots because I wouldn't have you put your government on like that.
That's
Um,
right. It's on there, so
I
it
mean,
doesn't matter. But nobody's gonna catch my last name, so that's okay.
there's always we just like to respect privacy, you know. I mean,
Of
I'm like,
Yeah.
course.
but you know, you have a dope collection, and I think I'm gonna have a heart attack just being in there. But you mentioned something about NWO. When are you doing the virtual?
So, you can go into either the Facebook group is called Virtual Asylum, or you can go to the asylumwrestlingstore.com, or the Facebook group is The Asylum with an exclamation point at the end. And on November 7th at 6 p.m., we will have the bad guy in the building, Scott Hall, Razor Ramon. It's going to be phenomenal. And he is going to really, knock your socks off. He's got some stories, boy, and his signature is one of the best that I've seen, his autograph. So he's going to be signing stuff up and giving us quite a few hours. And like I said, you can go on there, you can buy a meet and greet, you can buy which the meet and greet includes an 8x10 signature, and then it gets mailed to you after the show. The admins in there, like I said, they do a phenomenal job. And it's really going to be a great show. We have a lot of fun stuff coming up. We have him, and we have after that, we've definitely got Demolition, which is going to be a huge show. So we got a lot of good surprises. You guys should join the group, and they always keep the header, the cover page updated with who's coming up next. And it's really going to be something. It's definitely worth it, even if you just sit and watch it and go, oh yeah, I definitely got to be involved in this.
That's definitely dope. I'm so excited. Hopefully, my wallet decides it wants to agree with me, and I can do November 7th.
Oh, for sure, it's worth it. Believe me, it's more affordable than you think, without leaving the comfort of your home. So it's really cool.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. So thank you so much for having me. This has been awesome.
Let me give you another applause.
Thank you so much for being a part of this tonight.
Of course. Listen, anytime, you guys talking wrestling, you're talking music, whatever you guys are talking about, I'm all for it.
Oh, don't worry. When we talk music, we'll definitely get you involved.
Yeah, for sure. We definitely have a storied history of music.
I can tell.
And for those who don't, Katie, she's actually singing on The More I Talk. That's her.
That's you?
That's me.
Yo, I love you.
I love you too. Listen, you're one of those people that made 10,000 hits on that Spotify as soon as it dropped in like a couple days. Forget it.
I could tell you it's probably from the later years because I heard the song like a year ago. But I'm one of the 10,000 for after that.
Perfect.
Nah, this song is my most streamed song up to date. Right, last I checked, it was over I think 59,000, and that's just amazing. Organic, no fake plays there. That is real shit.
That song is dope. Not because I'm on it. I always wanted to be a part of it. Ever since you asked me to be, and you said, this is what the track sounds like, let's get on it. I couldn't wait to be on it. And how many years later, it's still one of my favorite tracks.
It's very relatable.
I think,
Absolutely.
so don't get me wrong, like I'm gonna insult you guys, but I think Rain is gonna take a close like competition in streams. I just have a feeling that they're
Mm.
gonna go neck and neck.
We'll see about that. Shouts to J Rose, but we'll see about that. But
But
Secrets, thank you so much
thank you
once
so
again for
much.
joining us tonight to talk.
Thank you.
It was very fun. It was cool to engage with you face to face, virtually. It was, it's always fun.
And you're our
Appreciate
first
it.
Absolutely.
one in a while too. Our first guest we've had in a while because we've been just talking shit amongst us three.
Mm.
No. Well, hey, listen, you guys ever need somebody to mix it up? I'm always available.
Well, listen, I feel like our scores are gonna get tallied up, and I think people are gonna be like tied with each other. So we might need you as like a commissioner of some sorts.
I'm here. He knows how to get me.
Got you. So, perfect. Thank you so much. And then whenever you need something, you want us to promote something, send it to Ray. He'll send it to me, and we got you.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
I appreciate it, guys. You guys have a good rest of your night. Happy birthday!
Happy
Thank
birthday,
you.
old fuck!
Thank you.
No
All
problem.
right, guys. I'll see you.
See
All
you.
right, Secret. See you.
Bye.
Bye. All right, Ramon.
Oh, name screen.
Don't get used to that.
Oh, wow.
Womp womp womp. So
Ah,
we got a few minutes to ourselves.
ooh,
Did you just type to me? Oh, we got a birthday comment here. Okay.
really?
So
From
shout
who?
out to our friend Max357 of the Evening Experience. He wants to wish your ass a very happy birthday, Ray Pearson. You
Thank you.
you see, you've been such a blessing to everyone. Everyone loves you, and your birthday's not here yet.
Hey, what can I say? That was a rhyme too. I didn't even know that. Hey, what can I say? Bar.
Oh,
It's just too easy.
you're just a burrito, bro. You're just a lyrical burrito, aren't you today?
Just gotta wrap it up like a condom burrito.
Yep.
Condom burrito.
So, what do you have to? Do you have any remarks for us before we leave about the album? Now that it's almost fucking here, um, or for the fact that you're gonna be mad old.
Um, no, I mean, we getting that, getting to 32, it's damn, and thanks to the pandemic, I managed to kind of make this work because you know how you come across people it's like, oh, this is pandemic weight. Yeah, the only difference between me and them people that this pandemic weight is what I lost. They gained, I lost. So it's manage. You got the time on your hands. There's no excuses. There's no excuses if you're moping around your house like, damn, yo, I'm big, or I need to lose weight. You got all the time that you need to make that happen. As far as the EP, the amount of positive feedback that I've been getting since the event has just been shocking in a way, but very very much appreciate it all, and I can't wait for you guys to hear it. Once again, these are 5 songs. Well, I want to say 4 songs, with the exception of "I'm Nice" and "Capital Tactics." These are songs that I pulled off of the original project, Apartment 2F, because I needed to do something to keep the wheels in motion to gear up for Apartment 2F. So, shouts to Famine, he was on board. And shouts to everybody, whether you posted the cover, whether you was there in person, whether you tuned in live, I just appreciate it all. I can't wait for y'all to hear the project in full. Comes Saturday, Halloween, my birthday. I specifically wanted to drop it then, and sooner or later. Well, I don't want to say later, but very soon. It's time to go back into to LP mode. And
Can we just enjoy this CP for now? God damn it!
no, we're gonna enjoy it, but
I would like to
we're
enjoy the hell out of
we're
this.
in we're in October. November's there, December's there, and then before you know it, January. So pretty soon, I'm gonna enjoy this EP as much as I want, as much as I can. But that pen is gonna go. Is gonna. This is like the NBA season. You only get like maybe 2-3 months off before it's time to go back to training and working out. So that pen is on vacay now as far as that's concerned. But
Okay, but let's at least promote this as much as we can.
of course we are.
Let's
And
not.
you're gonna wake up to them 30 emails because I'm gonna need you to do things. And I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna do things as well. You're gonna probably tell me not to do it, but I'm gonna do it anyways because as you know, I like taking the load off of your shoulders and helping and doing shit myself as well.
Wait, you want to help me a minute? Be quiet 1 second, okay? Ready?
One. So the EP drops Saturday, where it started at, entirely produced by Famine. If you didn't tune into the live stream, that number 6 song is a special song. And when you guys listen to it, you're gonna hear exactly why it's so special. It was only right for the Bar Christ to come out. And this is the whole thing behind the Bar Christ is just it all makes sense once you listen to the song. I'm happy you guys are gonna hear it. That video is in the process. We are planning the video for I'm Nice. So that's gonna take off pretty soon. So what I mean? There's shit to do, there's shit in the works, and we working.
And that has been your Inside the Rawrrzone Wrestling Talk. I know we had a lot to go through today, so we just had to make it happen. It's been a couple of weeks. We promise we will definitely be back next week.
Yes.
Um, Definitely for sure. We'll get back into more wrestling topics, but we were just so excited about fucking secrets and looking at the secrets cave. It was just killing us. So we're like, fuck it, we'll do this now. Plus, we'll have Mikey back next week. I hope.
If he remembers, if he
It,
remembers who we are.
yeah, oh yeah, because he's doing it all big in vacation.
Yeah, right. He's
Oh,
a he's gonna forget that we existed. He's gonna be like, what show?
but hey, fuck it, man. But in the meantime, make sure you follow our sponsors at Talent Wave. At Talent Wave, get your media write ups, get your nonstop shop for anything media related. Follow us at Rawrrzone NYC. That is RAWRR zone. We get raw and we're in the zone. That's all I always gotta say. Um, this
What you
Saturday.
got? What
Ooh,
you got going on this Saturday?
this Saturday, hopefully if Ray Pearson is not busy, maybe he could jump on with me. We could host the Tri-State Top 10. Um,
We shall see. We
uh,
shall see.
'Cause it's a Ray Pearson's birthday. We don't know if he's trying to get his dick wet. Oh,
Hey, sloppy toppy.
Happy Toppy!
Woo! Leave all that spit on it. Ow!
Ugh.
Ow!
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 Nah, he gonna be doing the uncle thing, so now I'm gonna give him his privacy for that. But so we got the Tri-State Top 10. We got music from Ray Pearson on it. We got music from Jamal Jones. We're really interested in doing it. We're doing a little spooky, a little Halloween, so you're gonna get the rough, the nasty. We getting the aggressive type hip hop, boom bap. Queens is representing, Bronx representing, Jersey representing, Staten Island representing. Like we got a good mix for you. Next Friday, live at 5 with Live Johnson discussing the comeback EP. This Tuesday we got Buck Madoff on Rawrrzone on DTF Radio. So follow these. We do offer interview packages for people for virtual, not virtual, for on at studio locations. If you want us to come interview you and give you a presentation. If you're an artist, think of investing for yourself. I know it's a hard time right now, but someone's got to do it. Like reach out to those people that you know that can help you. Don't be dicks. Like rest in peace to the young man that was killed in Philadelphia yesterday morning. That's honestly, like, as we were talking about it on Rawrrzone yesterday, it's still fucking scary shit to see when people in your community, and I say it's still our community, everyone, you know, because all we're thinking about is color, but they're still human. We're all human. So while you look at a black person as if they're fucked up, a black person's looking at you the exact same way. Because if you think a black man could clip you, who look the same shit for them, they think a white man could clip them wherever the fuck they go. So
Facts.
while you sitting here and talking about all these black people and pose your racist notions, because apparently out of nowhere everyone is a fucking Republican. Everyone is now what? Fuck everyone. When 6 months ago we almost fucking died in a fucking pandemic. So please respect each other, love each other, because life is definitely too short. And if you really feel like you need to be mean to someone, fucking sit and think back, because at the end of the day, all of this shit is fucking stupid. But that was my rant. My name is Ivy, and we are gonna take this shit out of here. Fuck
Word
Trump.
up.